Greetings viewers, this is Morstorm coming at you with another video. And today we're going to unbox the Man Mark LXXX V from Morstorm from the Avengers Endgame movie. I do want to add before I continue that I already opened this box. I do apologize, but I actually recorded the entire unboxing before, but for some reason I'm having some technical difficulties and it's not uploading it. It's not doing what I wanted to do, so I'm just going to record a second unboxing. I do apologize, and I want to say that now because when I do unbox, all the runners, all the plastic is not in the bags. And also, I actually already started building this kit. Not 100%, I just build the action base, which if you follow me, if you have been a subscriber thus far, then you've seen the action bases in previous Morstorm kits, Iron Spider, Mark 49, 46, and 50. And all the action bases have not changed since the first one. So just keep that in mind. But you know how we do this. First, I would do a little bit of origin of the kit, or for that matter, what this kit is really resembling. In this case, is the Mark LXXX from the Avengers Endgame movie. But I've already discussed about who Tony Stark is, and if you don't know who Tony Stark is, I understand. Maybe you don't read comic books, maybe you've not seen the movies. But Tony Stark is Iron Man. He's the Bruce Wayne of Marvel Comics, or Bruce Wayne of Iron Man, so to speak, since Bruce Wayne is Batman, so to speak, in DC Comics. But in any case, though, Tony Stark, he's basically a billionaire, playboy, scientist, philanthropist, genius. Basically, that in a nutshell. And his parents died at a young age, and he actually ended up taking over of his father's company. And when he was demonstrating one of Stark Industries' weapons, it was what he liked to call Project Jericho. It turns out there was a terrorist group nearby, and I want to say this was Saudi Arabia or Pakistan. I had to double check, I was close. It was Afghanistan. My fault, but in any case, though, he actually got injured, and he ended up, his heart was failing. Actually, he got hit in his chest. But because the terrorist group was familiar with Tony Stark, they kept him alive by hooking him up to a car battery. And basically, they wanted him to either create a weapon or just create a blueprints for the weapon so they can have it themselves. But instead, he created his own, you can say, pacemaker for his heart, so he can keep on running. Instead of creating a weapon, he actually created his first Iron Man suit, Iron Man Mark I, and he just used that to escape. And since then, he'd be creating suit after suit after suit until he has this one, the Mark LXXX. The Mark LXXX is just like the Mark 50, is actually made out of nanobots. And for those who have not seen the Endgame or Infinity War, well, spoiler alert, he actually injected himself with nanobots, and with a simple a touch of his chest, the nanobots can instantly cover his entire body in a nano Iron Man suit. But I believe in the Endgame, he doesn't even need to touch his chest. They just automatically construct this suit instantly without him doing anything. He can just think it, and there you go, snap of fingers, so to speak. The nanobots will create this suit around him. Similar to that, how the Iron Spider suit is with Peter Parker. It just instantly created by itself. And henceforth, we have the kit here to assemble the Mark LXXX. And this actually ended up becoming, in the movies, the last Iron Man suit that Tony Stark has. Because in Endgame, you know, the war is over against Thanos, and Tony Stark, well, again, spoiler, he passes. So, Robert Downey Jr., he did one heck of a great job. I don't think there's anyone else that I can think of that can portray Tony Stark like he can. But that's enough of the history of Tony Stark and, of course, the history of the Mark LXXX V. Let's get straight to the box. So as you can see here, we have a nice little just action pose. Nothing too crazy. There's no accessories, no weapons, nothing. Just a suit, which I kind of like. And I could tell here there's actually a little bit more gold than they are in the previous kits I built thus far. So I would say this might have a really good balance of the red and the gold of this kit. So if we get a closer look, we see here the Mark LXXX in the Roman numerals LXXX V. This is a 1/9 scale plastic model kit, Avengers Endgame, and by Morstorm. So if you look here, we have the suit along with the Nano Lightning Refocuser, which is an attachment on its back. I would say it's a combination of a drone along with the transpired talons or legs on its back, but in this case it's known as the Lightning Refocuser. Also has a LED lamp display, so it looks like we have lights in the eyes, the chest, the refocuser, and also has a nano cannon for his right arm. And a little bit more some product details in the side and the back. So I'm going to find out if aside from the refocuser, if there's any jets on the back, just like how it was in the Mark 46 and 49, the Rescue. Also here we have the lightning lightsaber, so a mix between Marvel and Star Wars, so I'm looking forward to that. And they brought back the nano blade like it was in the Mark 50. Same thing as the front. And on this side we have just the front view and rear view or back view of the kit. Of course has those effect parts for the hands and for the feet, along with the more extra effect parts for the refocuser. And lastly, it has the action base that I mentioned before. And a little tag here for the kit that I actually got from IA Toys, which I don't know if they are still, they still have this. So I'll double check, and if I find it, I'll be sure to put a link down below. Well, that's about it for the kit, for the box. Now let's get ready to open this, shall we? This is tight. There we go. And just like every other Morstorm kit, it has the Avengers symbol, which is a nice little cover. Go. And here are the instructions. I will save this for 3 minutes. And of course, in case there's a part missing or part broken, you can fill this up and send it out so you can get another part. Like I said, here's the action base. So you can see the label here, the Man Mark LXXX V. And here we have some pieces for the upper body and the chest. And more pieces for the upper body. And it looks like these are for the hands too. Some clear translucent parts. This is for the lightsaber, and this is for the nano blade. And more pieces for the body and for the legs. Oh, I did forget to mention, I forgot to, I actually did take this out. We have some LEDs here. These two are for the wrist, so they brought them back just like the other Iron Man kits. Of course, with the exception of the Rescue Mark and the Iron Spider. But let's see if these actually end up working. I'll find that out soon. But we have one for the chest, one for the head, one for the refocuser, and one for the nano cannon. And here we have those areas that will light up: the head, the chest, and the refocuser right here. So, and you can tell I already cut these out. I was actually building the hands, which I will show momentarily. More parts for the thigh. That looks like parts for the legs, parts for the arms and shoulders, and parts for the knees. It looks like these are parts for the nano blade. And parts for the legs. More parts for the legs and for the chest and back. And it looks like this is actually for the refocuser, if I'm not mistaken. And more parts for the refocuser. And the more I'm looking at this, the more I realize the color they use for this kit is actually compared to that of the Mark 46. I know there was one thing I didn't like about the Mark 50 was the red they used for the plastic. It just seemed too light, and whereas this one is much more a crimson red, which I think is actually perfect for the Iron Man suits. So I'm pretty happy that they brought back this color just like how it was in a Mark 46. But in any case, this is for, I can tell these parts are for the legs and for the feet. More translucent parts. This was definitely for the nano cannon. More pieces for the body. Pieces for the nano blade and for the nano cannon. And it wouldn't surprise me if just like the Mark 50, there might be enough pieces to make an extra arm. And here we have this nice shaded gold, and it's only on one side. The underside won't even show, so there's no point in paying over that. But still, I really like the gold how they use for this kit. Actually, all the gold for all these kits I've built so far has been really good. I'm glad they have really good balance with the gold. Maybe that might be a reason why some of these kits might be a little bit pricey. As I mentioned in the Rescue Mark Final Verdict video, that these kits cost a little bit more than master grade, or at least some master grade gun plug kits, but something could match up with a high-end master model Zoid kit. So I would say the price for some of these are actually reasonable due to the size and due to the shine or gloss of the gold. And looks like this is actually for the refocuser. More gold, again for the refocuser. And looks like this is for the knees. More pieces for the nano cannon. So, yep. Also for the nano cannon. And this bag that comes with it, there's actually some screws and some springs, and these will be used to push the buttons for the LED lights. And the screws will be used to screw in the LED lights. And here's my own separate bag of the effect parts and the hands. So I'm really looking forward to use some of these hands. As you can see here, this is actually one of the I'll say not translucent but semi-translucent parts. So because this kit does have LEDs for the hands, so that'd be really nice to have. Fed parts for the hands. And this is the fed parts for the feet, whenever, in case, of course, the Iron Man is flying. And we also have the longer effect pieces as well. And so, last but not least, here's the manual. A nice little action pose as we see here. More action poses, of course, the iconic knelt and fist pound on the floor. Very iconic pose in many of the Iron Man movies. And here's all the runners that comes with it. And in case you can't tell, but if you see all these X's here, basically these are all the pieces that won't be used. But like I said, I think there might be enough pieces here to create another arm or maybe other pieces. I will soon find out. It seems like a lot of runners actually. I think maybe more than the previous ones I've done. The only one that may match up to this will be the Mark 50. There's a lot of accessories there. So we shall see how this one turns out. But yes, as always, it starts with the head, then the body, the arms, and goes straight into the other arm unit, the nano cannon, which I'm kind of surprised they decided to just add one of the weapons right after the arms are done, because normally they would save the weapons for later in the manual. Then the legs, the waist, and starts with the pack unit or the refocuser. And it seems like the refocuser has a good amount of parts to it, so I'm looking forward to putting that together. Now to install the refocuser to the back, the nano blade, the fat parts, and of course the action base, which I just completed. Motion poses, special effects display. And I would say just by looking at this is a nice combination of both the Mark 46 and 50. Like I said, the one thing I liked about the 46 was the color, the figure itself, but the 50 had the accessories, and I think the Mark 85 is a really good balance of both of them. But that's about it for the manual, and that's about it for all the contents of the box. Thank you all for watching. Like I said before, this is the last Morstorm kit, so I'm looking forward to completing this so I can start a new project. But I will say that I have been having some fun with some of these kits. Morstorm line has been really enjoyable. And I want to say that they've made other kits already after this one, but I just haven't had a chance to take a look at the other ones. But my backlog is pretty big as it is, so I may save them for a much later time down the line. But we shall see. But in any case, though, without ado, I'm just am excited to start this. I think I'm gonna have a lot of good. Well, if I can talk, wow, I'm mumbling so much that I'm stuttering. I'm just excited for this to complete, and like I'm looking forward to this too. So it just I'm just filled with excitement about this. But in any case, though, I hope you all will be joining me in this journey to the finish line of the final Morstorm kit thus far. So with all that being said, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more video updates. There are 2 links down below of all the social media platforms, Instagram and Reddit. Reddit, I will just not just discuss about the model kits or even the line will be Gunpla, Zoids, or even Morstorm, but other like maybe some geeky content in case you're interested in that too. And Instagram, of course, I'll post pictures of what I've been building and what I've been working on. thus far. And in case I were to find, in case there's other places that still have this kit available, I'll be sure to share a link down below in case you are interested in purchasing this kit. So with all that being said, oh, and also there are 2 videos here for you to enjoy. One YouTube picked out, and one is my most recent upload, which of course is the verdict in the assembly of the Mark 49. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and until next time, keep on building.